Good morning. Good morning, everybody. It's Sunday. Hopefully you can hear me. I did an audio test. It seems to be working. I have audio on me, but I don't know. But I'll go out there. Wanted to welcome you all here, and wanted to start this off with my simple welcome to you all. I have been dealing with a lot and coming to a lot of conclusions. Cathartic expression of what I've been dealing with my entire life. And the events of the last few years have really brought clarity in the fact that 2020 was a vision, a clarity point for myself. It was the end of one era, 2019, and the beginning of the next. We're in that now. And I just wanted to relate to you for prosperity, where I stand today. Now, I don't know if it's going to change or anything, but, things are the way they are. I know, it affects me deeply, but there's always a beginning. Let's do this real fast. So I'm doing this for proper context. Instantaneously, we move into the introduction, and this is on the fly, of course. I am not a scripted person. I tend to view the world, take it all in, and assess everything as it comes to me. The pace that I do things is very measured and deliberate. It's always been that way. I love to examine and to understand and contemplate the deeper philosophies of things before executing anything. And that philosophy did move throughout my entire life. But right now I feel that the pace of hysteria and psychosis on a grand scale is frighteningly alarming. And it's all about power and information. We've been inundated, toxified with everything that we have been given to consume. And we need to take responsibility for that. And we need to take ownership of what we need to do next. I know now that why my condition is the way it is. Because, like us, myself being a rat in the rat race of life, part of society as we know it, I can't run right now. I need to just take a pause. And in doing so, in that which I've always done, things are not right. And I have to go, what's really going on? And that is when I started to think deeply about all of this. I've always been inquisitive. I've always wanted to know why. That is the first thing I always ask when I hear something. I want to know, why am I hearing this? What is the message I get out of it? What will I learn from it? And what knowledge can I gain and wisdom from it to apply to myself and those that I encounter? And I want to take all that in that I've learned through my entire life and now give it to the world as a testimony of my existence. I've been discovering a lot of things and patterns that are going on. We have to be measured. We have to change the conversation at a very deep and spiritual level, at the individual level. That is the one thing that we have all forgotten, that each of us is an individual. Each of us is special in their own way. Didn't give a qualifier what that meant. It was just like power. It is what you do with it that matters. It's the intent of the implementer to wield the will. It is not the object. If I have power and I deem to do good, then I will do good. However, what is to say that my good may affect somebody else in a negative way? If I believe I am good, how can that be? That is a paradox that we need to encounter and address, because it is something that can happen. We need to have awareness of things that can and will affect the things that we know and believe in our own hearts and minds. But we have forgotten that. And it's a learned experience. Something that we have to be taught. If left unbridled, a human will become feral. Will have no sense of ethics, morality, and just work upon the basic instincts. And to that animal. It's a rational, natural thing. And that is why the importance of natural law is to be not overestimated. It is paramount in the majority of the encounters that are outside the purview of human interactions. Natural law rules supreme upon the cosmic and the microscopic. Things happen that are unexplainable. And nature takes its course and goes on. Nature is brutal. Nature is horrific. It is terrific as well. That's the perfect modifier for that. Terrific. People use that out of context so many times. I can say that I had a terrific year in 2019 when everything fell apart, because it was terrifying. And it was perplexing. But I've noticed now that with my condition, that I do need to write everything down. I'm doing that. I've been doing that for quite a while now, for the last few months. Or, well, December, January, organizing everything and then realizing to do that. Because I do intend to make my case for what I need to do in my life to make it better. And I've made some breakthroughs, some realizations. Some of them I don't want to admit, but now I need to. Some I've already stated, and some of you already know the situation. These medical bills are getting out of control. Completely out of control, and I do not know what to do about it. And it's a circumstance of my own doing, of course, because I take responsibility for this. It's the most important thing. My testimony is, in a nutshell, I take responsibility. Everything that you see outside your door, it's my fault. I did it because I am complicit. I did this by not doing certain things and doing other things. But I was trying to do things in my best interest. I was trying to be a good person, but then I may have affected something else. So in turn, I can say that my good intentions had a negative circumstance somewhere. And it's all about personal responsibility. If you feel no culpability, then you have no responsibility. And if that's the case, then you go on your way, sir. Ma'am, go on your way. Then you don't need to be talking anymore. Are you responsible? And that goes down to the first part that I'm going to be discussing here. And we're doing this on the fly, of course. That's how this works. I'm going to change this to on the fly. The foundation. Is very hard upon my soul, the weight. When I see people living a life and they are dealing with things that could be resolved by breaking free of fear, breaking free of doubt, breaking free of the control that they have relinquished to someone else. I do not understand why, but I do have them tell me the same thing in a slightly different way. To just go on disability and have the government take care of me. Which is a choice I can make. But what do I give up in doing it? Because there is so much more that I want to do that has nothing to do with that. It has something to do with more than what's going on here. Because there is a call now to do more. And I know why things are the way they are. I've always known why they are the way they are. And sometimes I just turned an eye and didn't say anything. Or if I did, I was laughed at. Be it space exploration, scientific discoveries, financial catastrophes, disasters, man-made or natural, and the geopolitical climate that we are all in for the last 150 years. And how it has changed society in a rapid way. All aided by the connections that we've all reached up in our increasing population and the constant battle for whatever we desire and whatever we believe we want to have as something that because it's good to do because we want to have these things or accomplish these things. But then we have to be sure of everything that we receive, everything that we discover, to utilize it in a proper and measured way. It's very critical. We are on the precipice of doing horrific things, unimaginable things. Even greater than what has happened so far in the past and the recent times, because it's happening now. Bizarre things are happening. It is a zombie apocalypse in a way. A hive mind that is focused on one thing, eating itself alive. I think it's like an Anubis consuming itself. It's all driven by the ends to have self-hate, self-loathing. And no, we can't do that. That is why this foundation must be set for good. A good that can be proven to be good. A proven that is universally good. for the individual. Natural law is natural law. Anything that deals outside. Hello, Murder Hornet. I can barely see right now. I'm sorry. And it's hard to talk, but I had to say something. The foundation is important because what's going on right now is pain, is suffering on a massive grand scale that we've never seen. Greater than anything on this planet when you ever think about it. Because we can talk about 2 million people being wiped out in catastrophes from years past. Ancient ones, millions and thousands and whatever they say. Great earthquakes, 100,000 people gone in a moment. But again, from my perspective, and you would agree, I hope you would agree, that people dying, yes, it is a very horrific, painful thing to happen. But we know that when someone passes along, when they've lived a full life, that it's not a bad thing. It's they're passing on. Yet when you have 8 billion people in pain, and I know right now you have felt pain the last 3 years. You have felt suffering in the last 3 years. Oh, thank you. I can barely read it. I'm sorry. And I don't want you to feel that you're in pain anymore. I don't want you to hear. I want you to know that you need to start taking care of yourself. That's the whole point in this, and I need to do it too. I'm doing it. It's hard, but I'm doing it day by day. And I know right now it's tough. There have been days since 2020 that you've probably felt very sad. You've had pain, you had suffering. You had also had joy. There's some moments you probably had your happiest moments would have happened. Some people actually had their happiest moments during this time, and I know that I did. I know what it was too. I know when my saddest moment was. My most terrified moment was. And I relived those quite a bit. In fact, I'm on the anniversary almost of my most horrific day in my life. 2-year anniversary, the most horrific day was April 26th, 2021. About 12:04 a.m. is when I nearly died in my worst attack of my condition since I was diagnosed in 2016. And my condition started to affect me back in 2015. So I've had this for a while, but I've never had that type of attack that was just beyond anything that I felt death. I felt the void. And my birthday's coming up too. My birthday is on March 6th. On March 6th, I'll be 55 years old. I don't feel 55. I do feel younger. In a weird paradox. Because I know that my brain is filled with information that has to get out. And I have a thirst, a hunger for more knowledge. And that's the one thing I have to tell you, everybody, you all out there. I dropped out of college. I didn't go to college. I did go to college, but I was bored by college. Bored out of my mind. I love music. I wanted to be a band director. I wanted to teach music. And when I pursued first, I went to community college, and it was just so boring teaching the same thing over and over again. English, all this stuff, not understand anything new. And it was just so painful. And I got bored. And I just didn't want to go. I would go to the lake and I would read. I would write my music, write my poetry, write my papers. And that is all that, and this is back when I was a teenager. So there are a lot of stuff that I have written, hundreds of pages of stuff. I literally have around 11 symphonies. I have concertos that I have written down in shorthand. Need to have transcribed them out. And they're just all rough sketches, but they're all there. And I have 600 pages of poetry, over 1,000 poems. I have 12 books I have in various states in my head and papers and stuff of that nature with titles already. It's my grand opus. I have 6. It's a collection of 13 novels, or basically 13 different pieces of art that are books and music and everything is all combined in a literary adventure. It's not a novel. It's literally my conception for this is it's a combination of autobiography, fantasy fairy tale, with combinations of interludes of music, of poetry inside, with commentary, with mathematical formulas. It's a very interesting little thing that I'm putting together. And the most important thing that you need to know before we move on is that in this story, I am not the hero. Yet am I the villain? And I say it that way because that is the root of the quandary. That is the first aspect of uncovering things. You know, that is the first question that we have to ask ourselves. You know, what is? And I will change it here, get this right. And hopefully I did. I can barely read what I'm saying. I'm doing this on the fly. Maybe I got it right. Who knows? Could be the greatest boomer moment of all time, and not. But the next segment here is, what is a villain? The aspect of a villain is an ancient one. And if we are doomed to not read history and understand what things are, we repeat them. And this is the case with villain. The roots of villain are in villager, commoner, the outsider, the common folk. This is a word back in the day of old, of the elite on top in their gilded castles, eating grapes, having orgies, and doing decadent things, having shows and pantomimes on useless subjects that meant nothing to growth of humanity, but all about vanity. And then, when the peasants would clamor and want their freedom, they sent the evil, the bounty hunters, the assassins to go out and kill them. Because they were the villains, the villagers. They were the evil ones. They had to be stopped. They couldn't be, why should they should be yelling at the lords and ladies? The story, my friends, hasn't changed. It hasn't changed at all. In this story, we have been labeled the villain. I have been labeled the villain. I've been a villain on Twitter for quite a bit. I have been banned from there, ostracized, exiled. We see it in Game of Thrones on the shows where they say, "You've been banished. You shall leave the city." And we go, man, things were weird back then. Back then, are they? Today, they're just as weird. Welcome to Clown World. And that is the case. We are the villains in this story. I am the villain in my story, too. Because I take responsibility. I have done bad things in my life. I've done things I regret. I have done things I still owe things that I have done bad on. And I'm making amends with those things. Because that's what you should do. It builds up character. You go around and you address your errors. And you make amends, but you continue on being good every day. That's what I've been doing every day. And being honest about it. That's what you do. That's what's important. Anyway, what I will do now is we will say, let me do this. The next thing is, of course, why not? Say hello to the chat. So let me go step by step from the top and answer questions here and review who's here. We have Murder Hornet who says, hey. I say hey back, my friend. Like you streaming this late. Well, it's actually pretty early for me here. It's, what time is it now? 5:55 in the morning. And I just had a burst of energy and I had to do this. I was in the army in the early 90s. I've killed people. I regret it now. It's human. Yes, it is human. That's the thing. My father was in the military. My brother was in the military. Excuse me. And I know the idea. The soldier, above all, is the one who prays for peace. The soldier is the one who stands guard ready if things were to go wrong, but always is hopeful that they do not. I knew how it is. My father went off and for tours for quite a while. And we had to step up and become men when we were young. I was 9 years old when we had all four of us. It was like me and my little sister, but my dad, who was going off to the Iraqi conflict at the time. It was tough. It was tough. And then back then there was no internet, so it was hard. We got letters, we got some tapes, cassettes. So we'd send them back, and it was very difficult. And I do not want anybody going off to war, especially all of you people, because again, the vast majority of people that are on this YouTube within the fellowship are a little younger. Some are older, of course, but I don't want anybody who's able-bodied to be forced to do anything they have to because of this insanity. It's not correct. It's downright, it's disgusting. February 20th, your birthday, my friend. Yes, mine is March 6th. I don't think I'd live this long. Death don't bother me. Yeah, it's true. A trumpet, played. Wait, now I need to know. Played or you're still playing. Hopefully, you're still playing. My God, please playing. Nice. There you go. You changed your mind, yeah. Cool ass beard, yeah. Thank you, sir. Yeah, yep. Done bad things. Yep, that's true. That's what you do when you're young and dumb. You do all that shit. Everyone does a lot of crap. That's the whole point. The whole point in life is you do test your boundaries. You do push back and see what you can find. That's very critical. And, you just get a whooping sometimes, Oh, shit. But it's crazy. Anyway, let me go ahead and do this. Let me go to the next thing here. Next segment here is what am I doing next? Based upon what I'm going to tell you here. So, I have been and will be now accelerating my weight loss. I have been seriously looking into and will be investigating now the possibility of executing a very long fast. And more than likely, what I will be pushing for is a hard reset of my body to try and kill off many birds with one stone. Because I like doing that. I like doing things efficiently. Not the easy way out, the efficient way out. So if I were to do a complete shock to my system and get rid of all carbs and sugars, carbs, same thing, and then slowly burn off all my fat because I really can't be moving around without damaging my body, then I could lose the weight that way. And in fact, that's what I want to do. I plan on investigating how to do fasts, and then with the doctors of help, tell them that, yes, I want to be able to do the following because I've discovered that by reading anatomy books, WebMD articles, medical journals, and YouTube videos, all combined, I've discovered what's wrong. What is one side effect of my condition and my illness? The belly, the gut that I have here that's laying over here. My theory is it's filled with liquid. a very gooey stuff of fat, and it's the drainage of it's something that the body does. And I did not know this. I had to do some study, and some doctors say no, some doctors say yes, because of the fact that you can only notice this on an autopsy. You can't test for it. It is so bizarre. So if I make the assumption that I have this, the cure is to eat very healthily. And would that be a bad thing? No, it's not going to be a bad thing. Because I want to live longer to order to do the things. Because all this has to be done in order to reset my body. So I have to prepare that. And that is going to help in many regards. Number one, and this is where I wanted to have the fellowship help out. And this is why if you're out there, Murder Hornet, everybody else who's seeing this, or if you get the word out, because I have no Twitter, I want to work with people with their content, and I do cross promotion with the one regard of the following. The reason why I have the Venmo down there and all that is because my medical bills are insane. I had to pay out of pocket $4,800 for 2 tests. And then I have to do 2 more tests because they found something. And that's when I started to not freak out, but going, are you serious? You want more money? And I don't have nothing. It is so bad because I'm trying to pay my bills and keep alive by the following. It's kind of a vicious cycle I'm in. Here's the vicious cycle I'm in right now. So a year ago, almost the anniversary of when I first got sick in April of 2022, I got sick again, not as badly, but pretty damn bad. As a consequence, or as a happenstance, it was really happenstance because what had happened is in March, end of March, I was told that my last day, would be April. And I said, good. So I was preparing for looking for new work. So when I got sick out of the blue, I couldn't look for work and everything collapsed because I couldn't do anything. It was shit. It was just all broken down. And I got evicted. I couldn't even leave my house. All my mail was sent back to sender. It was that bad because I was trapped in my house for April, May, June. It was crazy. And I tried to get out and it was hard, but when I did get out. But it felt bad because what happened is when I did go out and I was going to play again my horn, get out there and be the band again. And then I fell and collapsed and they just said, it's better you not be here because you can't walk around. So they told me I couldn't play with them anymore because I fell down. And it was it felt bad. It hurt a lot, but I understood. So, and then I was out of work and I was homeless last year and I just was trying to find work and it was the irony. The irony is the following. The eviction started in May. After I couldn't pay the first month, they said, well, you have to pay. I said, they kick you after 1 month of not done payments or 5 days or whatever. That they start the process because my rent's not even late now. Now it's behind or whatever. And then in June, I wanted to appeal it, but I had nothing. I couldn't afford to appeal. They wanted me to pay $500. I couldn't even have $500 to pay for the thing. And then I couldn't even speak to either. Couldn't even go to the freaking post office. It was crazy. Couldn't get a mailbox. And then it was hard. But I interviewed and got a job. And I wanted to start at the end of the month, June. And then I got moved to right after July. And the funny thing was there was a conflict that they wanted me to pay by the end of the first week of July after the 4th. And I had the job. And I told them, I had the job. Here's this contract. I need a few more days, or just at least get a loan or whatever, or somehow borrow some money from somebody or whatever. So, or wait till I get paid and let them know I'm working. Come on, give me a break. And nothing. They didn't do anything. They didn't care. So when I did get paid, I thought I was going to give that money to the freaking rent. They wouldn't take the money. So I had to take the money and put everything in storage. And then I was homeless. It's just so weird. And then I did my journey back to Chicago for a bit. Came back here and was still hoping that being here would give me more course to do more. And it has and hasn't. I've tried hard. But I see the suffering around me and it's like, hurting me. So that's why what I'm doing next is going to change everything. Nobody wants to talk. Nobody wants to engage in debate and learn. Everyone wants to scream at each other. So I'm going to change it. I got my website domain set up for 2 years. I have to build a website. I wanted to have anybody out there who's in the fellowship to help out, but, comes a realization about things, because I'm going through all of my papers and I'll be putting them all together. So the bottom line here is I'll be doing the following. I have my website back. I'll be building a website. I'll be putting everything out there. I will be setting up a Substack and all my social media will be revamped. Can't do Twitter, but whatever. But the point is that my website will be the thing that holds everything. And then I will utilize that to make the profit that I need to make. And then anything else on top of that will go away to charity. Because that's the whole point. Because here is where I am. I'm a man turning 55 who's been widowed, who has no one in his life. I don't talk to anybody here. There's nobody here. I'm all alone. And listens to YouTube because at least I can laugh and I can understand and have empathy for the people who are going through the same thing I'm going through from a cultural perspective of lack of great entertainment. And I can then also feel that at least there's someone out there who cares about something that I do. Yet I want more. I always want more. That's not being selfish, just being fulfilled. I want to be fulfilled. I want to be enriched with knowledge. And I'm getting bored. Slightly. Not completely, slightly. The truth is, my attraction to everybody with F&T and Geeks and Gamers and the Fellowship is based upon the love of IPs that are now being subverted. And once they're subverted, they're subverted. It's essentially they've transitioned. And once they transition, they're not the same person. So when it comes to this, the same thing. It changed. I didn't change, you did. That's what we have to say. Yeah, you know what? That's actually probably what I should do next. It makes sense. Anything. I just have to do it because it's like, I think it is. I didn't change. You did. And that is the truth. It's also a fallacy, too. I told you it's both real and unreal. When I started to stream, I told you. My being good might have affected something else. I am my own butterfly effect. Ah. And that is also another good thing. I can even do that. And there you go. The personal butterfly effect exemplifies the following conjecture. And this is how I write, my friends. This is how I brainstorm. Was when the cameras are off, I still talk to myself. I'm still writing down. I still write down notes. Oh, I love my screen. I did that. And I didn't do that. That's a Penrose triangle. I'm actually now on my new Linux laptop here. I'm diving into STEM and I'm using on the laptop right now. I'm testing it, and it's pretty damn solid. Built the operating system, the computers, the components, everything. Very highly specialized. This is my security system computer. It's basically all about privacy and security. As I'm testing it, as I want to be able to understand and build it out and do things with this. Oh, my friends, let's see what's going on here. Let me see. What? I am confused. Oh, darn. Holy crap. I did a mistake. Let me see here. Hold on. No, I didn't do it. Now I'm really gotta find out where I am. Holy shit. Wait, hold on. No, 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 no. I'm missing the chats. I'm sorry. I can't read them. That's why. Oh. I research a lot of nudes. That's true. No, I do too. The human body is a beautiful thing. The female body is the most beautiful thing on the planet. And again, that little statement I told you about is how I take things, how I go on my conjecture, how I formulate things. Because again, as a child, as a kid, me as a young man, when I hit puberty, I went nuts because all I want to do was just touch them and hold them and play with them. I didn't. I suppressed everything completely. Sorry, I take it back. I repressed everything. So, moving on. the whole idea of the female body. When I was young, I would spend hours trying to understand the female body. Here's what I would do when boys would go and get Playboy and Hustler. I went to the library and got the Joy of Sex book and the Kama Sutra. I wanted to know how it was done properly, historically. They wanted to know how to do it now. And that's where we come to the whole essence of the butterfly effect when it comes to the personality. It is true when you think about it, thinking about it in your head, you're your own personal butterfly effect. What effect do you have on the lives of others? Positive or negative? And the thing is that you can go your merry way. You can have a good life. You can be a good person and do everything right for you. But you need to be aware of how it affects others. And that's all you need to do. You have to navigate. You have to, because that's the thing. You need to navigate humanity. You need, just like if you were driving a car and there's a stop sign red doesn't suddenly become green because I now identify that color red as green and I can go because I can go now. That is the antithesis of what's happening now. It really is. And the fact that if someone would basically be riding a horse and saying that that's a car, that's what's happening now too. That is the equivalent of what's happening. And that is absurd because it is absurd. And that's what I want to prove. And if I have to do it through comedy and do a comedy album, or through skits, or through a formal paper, or do a TED Talk, or whatever, I have to do it because I want to call it out as it is. It's hilariously, it's funny, it's silly, it's crazy. You know, it's funny. Ow. Ooh, that hurt. You heard that, Hope. God, that's my joints again. That butterfly effect that we all have on ourselves affects us and everything like that. But let me go through this. I'm seeing chats pop up and I'm not seeing them, so I get nervous that I'm not reading everything. Let me go through this first before I step on. Get on testosterone. I have a lot of testosterone. But again, that's where this is actually it's actually true and not true. What's true? I have a lot of testosterone, and I have a lot of cortisol too. I have both, and that is a yin and yang. Because at 55, I still get morning wood. I'm always have a high libido. I'm always ready to go, even more so now. Because my mind is now clicking in a certain way and remembering all the things that I love to do and how to do them the right way, as a gentleman would. And I just know exactly what I want, and I want to do it, and then I want to execute it the right way. That's what life's all about there. Live a mile from Mexico. Got everything. Where? Okay, now I want to know where you live. I'll tell you that. Okay. Well, this is. I'm okay. I'm a little bit speechless here because again, I grew up like on the border. I grew up in Laredo, Texas. That's where I was from, right in the border. So that's me. Feels like you're 21 again. Yeah, 21 probably. Yeah, drinking and all that crap. Yeah, shit. Test kick up your metabolism in overdrive. Yeah. Oh, shoot. Yes. Yeah, I want to basically do that. Live longer. Yeah, shit, I know. Yeah, crap. Let me see what we got here. Lived lived 5 lifetimes? Yeah, okay. Need to put up StreamYard, okay. God, I can't see. I'm sorry. I got the shot back in the been there, yeah. I don't have to work at 100% from the VE. Yeah, good. Dude, it took me 8 years. Yeah, 8 years to get benefits. Yeah. Homeless shelter, yes. Oh, Jinx. Hello, my friend. Yeah. Good to see you, man. We think about you. Miss you. Yeah, I missed you guys. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, it's true. At the end of the world, buddy. All the way to the end. Yeah, thank you, sir. Gov sucks. Yeah, I know. Brownsville. Okay, Brownsville. Cool. Texas. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Brownsville's good. So yeah, this for me, the personal butterfly effect, and the is basically saying we need to have awareness of how we affect others. Now, it's not to say we have to. I'm not saying that we have to basically say that we have to like not offend anybody. No, we can be offensive because the offense is what's interpreted. I don't give offense to anybody. They take it from me. I misspoke there before, but that's the whole point. The whole point is that's what it's the programming. Being offended is on me. It's on the person doing it. What's irrelevant? Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. What happened to that? If somebody calls me whatever, okay, whatever. I don't care. I do care if they say it and put it on as some kind of record of truth that this is the way it is. And that's what's happening now. People are taking their street yard backdoor conversations into the fold of truth, and journalistic integrity is gone out the door. It doesn't exist anymore. And basically, people are not aware of their own personal butterfly effect, how they affect other things, and how those other things synchronize. The example I can give you is it's pretty a simple one. It does tend to explain the problem when you think about it. And it's a scientific principle. It's very simple. I should actually pull it up. I'll just say it right here, right now. Everything is in synchronization all the time. And we don't even know that. We're not paying attention. My God. Oh my God, come on, dummy. See, I can't do things at the same time. And we're not aware of that's going to happens, So I'll just do this real quick here. Hold on, let me do this real fast. I pulled it up real fast. Let me do this. The point being here is there's a phenomenon that happens. Order, disorder, chaos, and the process of entropy coming from order to disorder and back and forth. And I've been doing a lot of philosophical reading and scientific journaling about this as well. But the point being here is we are not aware of how our personal butterfly effect is affecting others and how it can infect others. The medium of communication, how we communicate. We communicate through electronic pulses that are hit upon the air, that fly across and hit somebody else's eardrum, and the electronic pulses in the brain. It's all electronic. It's all electricity. It's power. Now, is it tend to that power being good or bad, depending on who you're saying it to? Again, who is the villain? Who's the enemy? Who's the good guy? Who's the bad guy? It's indeterminate at the time from an observer. If I'm shown in a scenario and I'm to identify who's the bad guy, who's the good guy, how do I know? Based on what they're wearing. No, maybe they're wearing something that's totally foreign. How do I know? Well, one looks like he has more authority. Is that the case? The guy that's beaten down, maybe the guy. Again, there are so many different variables. But what's happening is now we are taking what we see and then spewing it as if it were truth. Verbal grenades that disrupt the fabric of and tranquility and beauty of the possibility of humanity that really is. Because growing up, I loved to explore. I was happy. I never got angry at anything. Even when I was bullied and laughed at, I just went, okay, fine. It didn't bother me because I got bullied, I got picked on, but it didn't bother me because it's like they're nothing. I let them do it because it didn't bother me at all. They were mosquitoes bother me swimming around. I took it because it was weird. It was just okay. Until the one day that I said no more, I turned around and did one punch, and then from that moment on, not one person did anything, but it didn't matter because I was just wanting to just be at peace. And I kept a low profile my entire life, really. I loved to play my horn, and I did it solitary. And if I had to play along with somebody, I did with a piano player. But most of the time, I loved to sit down at my desk. I had a desk and listen to my CDs, and I'd put my headphones on and listen to it hours. Hours. I listened to all forms of music, mainly classical, of course, operas. And I performed them, and I studied and analyzed them. I took the music, took the scores, would do in-depth analysis and study them. I was very solitary. I would just do that. And after a while, I decided to go to school, of course, like I told you. Went to Chicago. And Chicago, on my journey, was, something I looked forward to. But first, I have to tell you about one thing, Let me edit this one real quick, and let's be a little bit, dramatic. And I should do it this way because it's funny. In the beginning, and no, I'm serious about this. So I was born March 6th, 1968, and it's my birthday, whatever. Michelangelo was born that day, and I've always had some significance in that because Michelangelo, great painter, artist, got me involved in understanding the beauty of things. And I did like beautiful things. Loved music, loved art. My mother was an artist. Father was a Navy man, like I told you. The oldest of 4 kids. And I just loved to read. Loved all the classic stories, the fables of old. And I always wanted to know. I wanted to have understanding. And here is a revelation for all of you. When I was reading the Bible, I couldn't comprehend the distinction and the discrepancy between the scientific literature and the Bible. And I did, in the end, at that time, put away the Bible and went to science. And then I threw myself into the scientific theory and philosophy and rejected anything that made no sense logically. I did go back to it. I not only did read the Bible back and forth, but the Torah, the apocryphal books, and all books from all religions, because it does aid in understanding the philosophy and sociology of humanity. And that's what I want to do too. That's the greatest adventure, is humanity. And that was one thing that I did learn along the way, but it took the path. Because if I wanted to be an explorer and study and learn about things and cultures, understanding their religion is just as understanding what their food they like. So that's why I dived in. That is why I ask questions all the time with everybody. When I sit down and I ask and I have interviews or I actually have conversations, I do ask them, what is going on here? Why are you this way? In a nice way. And I'm just being, in my head, I'm very, very direct. But when I have to tune or fine tune my message very, very quickly in my head, and I do that very quickly. But I'm just telling you right now how I am. I'm very direct. I want to know the answer, so I have to ask the question in a very logical and very smart way. And of course, I try to be witty because, again, I want to be engaging. I'm not being inauthentic. I'm just trying to, I don't know, I want to have fun in life. That's the whole point. I don't know, I'm trying to understand. There's one thing that's always bothered me or puzzled me, not bothered me, puzzled me. Why are people afraid of public speaking? I don't understand that. I can't comprehend that. Because I love to talk to people. The more people, the better. I'm like, if I'm talking to one person, it's an intimate conversation. Talk to 2 people, it's usually a mediation. Yes, I'm a mediator. I do that in my work. If it's 3 or more, it's like a conference. And then it gets larger, and then all that stuff. But again, for me, then when it reaches like around 10 people, it turns into a audience, speaker, whatever. But I've spoken to hundreds of people, thousands of people at one time, and nothing, whatever. It's like, it's fun. I don't know. I performed. I've done. I performed on stadiums with bands and stuff like that for thousands. Like, my God, I think the biggest stadium I played at was probably around 40, 50,000 people, maybe, or I don't know. It's not that bad, whatever. But anyway, but the point being here, as I'm saying, is that was what's really puzzled me. So, but my quest for knowledge is always important. Why? How? And then, of course, what broke my brain was when I started to see things happening before they would happen, just on a grand scale. And I'm going, okay, are they that dumb? And I get apathetic with a few things. And this is mainly goes into the first big disagreement I have with my parents and my father, especially when it came to sports. I do not understand why people watch sports because it's boring. It's predictable. It has an outcome that I see a mile coming. Don't get me wrong, there are some moments that are great, brilliant, and again, it has its qualities, the athleticism, the sportsmanship. But for me, it's not mine. It's not for me. And again, I'm saying to this: if you love sports, love sports. It's not for me. I'm not banning it. I just say it's not for me. And I move on. But the analogy there is, I love to play football. I love to play basketball, baseball. I did. I enjoyed that. Of course, but then the inverse was true. I enjoy the games that you played by yourself or with somebody one on one. Board games one on one, like checkers or chess, uh, darts. Baseball, to a certain extent, is a one on one when you think about it. It is the pitcher and the batter. Boxing, archery, things of that nature where you had to have some skill involved, that some technical mastery I enjoyed. But again, I had to be involved. I had to be tactile. You have to touch it. And people don't do that now. People don't touch these things. They're losing their skill. And that's the first lesson that I would impart to anybody. In the beginning of my life, in the beginning of your journey toward improving yourself and taking responsibility of your life, set some goals in your life. What do you want to do? My goal, of course, like I said, I want to write down my books. I want to give speeches. I want to help people understand their goals and their dreams and find out and make the connections. Because I came to Orlando to make connections, and I haven't had those connections yet, unfortunately. And it does hurt me, but I understand that people are busy and people have the other things to do. But I want to make the connection. I don't want to. It's funny because when I go to these meetups, I'm basically like watching, going, "Good luck. How you doing? Great." I just point and say hi. I never talk to anybody until the end because I don't want to interfere in people enjoying meeting people either for the first time. But more mainly, I know the meetups. You know what's going on in the meetup? The guys, criminal erotic and gamers, are working their asses off, and I can see it. Because again, I have two eyes. I see this. I manage many corporations, IT firms throughout my career. And if there's one thing that the boss knows, it knows when work's being done and when people are being lazy. And these guys, nerd erotic, Gary, Garrett, Odin, comics, everybody, everybody. I'm not going to mention all of them. Culture Casino, people that I know and people that I trust. Drunk 3PO, my God, hard working every day, grinding, working every day. They are constantly trying to come up with new ideas, work, everything like that. And I see it every single day in every single channel. But don't forget, I also see the smaller creators out there, all the ones that are struggling right now, trying really hard to find their niche and do things. But in order to do that, what you have to do is you have to first know that if you're going to accomplish anything in this world, you have to go out of your comfort zone. It has to be uncomfortable. The things that you do next in your life have to make you cringe a bit. Like, oh my God, am I really going to do this? And when you feel that, then you go, oh shit, that's your body telling you, no. Listen to yourself. And what you do I do this too. But what I do right away is I always have a plan. You have a plan. Again, you have to set up gate. You have to set up um, a timeline in your head, and you have to have checkpoints in your own head. You write them down. It's simple. It's simple in principle. It's basically you have an idea, you map out what you want to do and accomplish. Then you do some testing. Will this actually work? You map it out before you execute. You measure. It's always measure twice. Measure twice. Jesus Christ! Measure twice. Cut. Oh my God! Cut once. Yeah, I'm losing my voice now. Fuck. Measure twice. God, this is what I'm saying. My voice gets really weird sometimes, unfortunately. Is this horror amarata? No, it's measure twice. You can't say measure twice. That is so weird. It's, again, my brain is retarded. And I said it on live. It's on clip that. He said it. He's retarded. Anyway, I don't care. Again, retarded to me is like acting stupid. Or I got a brain fart. What the fuck? It is just being funny. Now the kids can't hear the show anymore, Reuben. You've really messed up. Sunday morning with Reuben. Mommy, what's beep? Oh my God. Call the police. He said word. Anyway. Hold on. Let me see who's here. If anybody else is here. My God, I can't see anything today. My brain's all freaky up to. What the freaking? Did I lose people's messages? Hold on. It's Grim. Grim. Yes, Grim the man. The man, the myth, the legend. He's here. We have, of course, Murder Corner, who's been here since the beginning. Say hello. And I say hello too. What's up, Muff? What's up? He did it. No, I didn't. There's people sleeping here. That's why I don't wake them up going, what's up? Gotta remember that crap. I say bring back weird commercials. This following commercial is brought to you by Fanta. Just kidding. No, it's not brought to you by Fanta. I'm not associated with Fanta. That was weird. Yes, you'll get some comedy here because, again, here's one thing. Laughter is important. I'll tell you that much. But going back to the beginning, when you have a plan, you want to get it executed, you have to write it down. You write down the first thing you do when you have a plan. This is important. Write this down, everybody. If you want to achieve something, you put down your vision. What do you really want to accomplish? What are you trying to accomplish? And I'll give you my example. I'm gonna eat my own dog food. I'm gonna tell you what I'm doing, and I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna record it, and I'm gonna put my website up, and you're gonna see it. But I'm gonna go through the process because you have people out there who tell you what to do. This is what I did. Here's my way of doing it. No, all I'm telling you is here's how I'm doing it. All I'm telling you is that if you want to do something, start doing it. Because here's the bottom line, people. I'm sick and tired of complaining about shit. I'm ready to do stuff. That's the bottom line. That's the real hard truth. I don't want to watch a video that's going to complain about the same damn shit over again and over again and over again. You know, I want people to watch it, of course, who haven't seen it yet. And I want the word to get out, but I don't need to be involved in that aspect anymore. I will go ahead and give a thumbs up, of course, if I know a video is coming out, but I won't engage in it as much as I would have done before because I already know what's going on here. Like if I see a video that says Marvel sucks, why do I need to see it? I already know they suck. I already know they suck. So then, it says, yeah, anything that's obvious that I know what it is, I will not watch. But, 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 here's the thing. And here's where you all have to have the distinction. If you do a video that Marvel sucks, you have how many others are doing it. The distinction is your style. What makes you unique? That's what you have to find out. And that's where you ask yourself, what makes me me? What am I doing? For me, I love music. I love to talk. I love to give commentary with backing up information with fact. And that makes me happy when I can tell people things, help them along their way, understand what needs to be done. So that's my goal. My goal of the channel, of my website, of the things that I'm doing is all based upon the fact that I want to help everybody achieve their goals. And of course, at the bottom line of everything that I do, I want one thing to happen. I want some woman out there. It's a woman, of course. I'm a man. I want some woman out there to say, you know what? I think that I can do the same thing for this man. And have that conversation and probably get married again. Because that's also a possibility. Because I believe in the hope of tomorrow. Right now, I know 8 billion people are hurting. I don't want anyone else to senselessly die for no reason. I want hope. I want happiness to come back. This is what I'm doing in my life. So I have been doing the following. I laid out my plan, preparing what I need to do. What is my end goal? That's what I'm telling you now. Here's my end goal. I want to have a home on a piece of land somewhere, or a room in a hotel or apartment or whatever. There's something nice and quiet. I would prefer like in the fields, whatever, have my own garden and whatever, just my own place, and just be able to like write and read and enjoy life and paint and just be quiet and not worry about anything. I just want to go away. I'm ready to go away now. And it's accelerating for one thing. I don't want to hear any more toxic anything, good or bad. I just want quiet, peace, and silence. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to achieve that in my ideas in my life. So to that end, if I want to have that land, that house, that peace, that quiet, I am, and I'm committing it again, and I'll say it here now, and I said this before, you can go back to my videos. My intention is to sell the vast majority of the things that I own and use that money for my medical bills and for my future. Because, like I said, I started off this month of February. I have to look at the watch. I don't know why. This whole month of February, the first half of it, I had to pay medical bills. No, sorry, the first half I had to pay my rent and my food. The second half was medical bills. So I've ended up at the end of February without anything because I had to pay $4,800 for 2 tests. And they found something and they want 2 more. But I already know what they found because I already know what's going on here. This lump I have here is a tumor and it's filled with liquid. Gooey. I know it's gooey. It's gross, but that's what's happening. And I know now what it is because I've already read. I've been doing my research. Because I can't even get to the damn doctor's appointment because there's so much bureaucracy now in medical field. It's insane. I've never seen it this way. Where literally I'm there to get a test and I can't even walk. I'm trying to get the test done and they say, okay, $4,800, please. And I'm going, my deductible is 10 grand. So this 48, I have to come up with another $4,800 to take the 2 more tests that I don't have. It's just insane. I can't believe it. I'm dumbfounded. And that's another reason why that's down there. Medical bills, living expenses. And that's the other reason why I'm doing this. I'm a man. It's 50, almost 55. I have a job that pays. It's a six-figure job. I have a six-figure income. Yet I got so severely paralyzed with this illness. The only reason why I'm the way I am is because I'm by myself, and it's so difficult to just do things sometimes. Still have stuff in storage in Chicago since when my wife passed away, and I can't get it out. I've been up there. I've been slowly getting things out, and I have to go back and get out of there. I'm paying what, $350 a month to get my stuffs there. I have very important papers, my stuff, which I need for my book and all that stuff. And then I have another storage unit in Chicago here. I'm sorry, in Orlando here. And it's crazy. It hurts. It's crazy. And I'm paying rent there. So I'm paying rent in 3 places right now. And on top of that, my car right now is filled with stuff. I'm trying to get stuff out. And it's been there now a whole week. Last weekend, I went to get stuff out of the storage unit, and it's been in their car a whole week because I can't. I'm so weak, I can't even get out of the car. It's crazy. It's crazy. But I accept that because it's my responsibility. It's my fault. This is an autoimmune condition. It's still my fault that I got it. I say it's basically we're living in a toxic world, and I got toxified. I didn't get sick, but I got toxic. And that's the other thing I'm needing to be doing. I'm doing a long-term fast. But that's the whole idea. What I've been doing now is I've been writing down all of the things that I want to do. I want to get my music transcribed and out and performed. I want to write new music, get it out there. I want to finish up designing a house. Find out where I can move and get land done. Sell all my things. I have a whole list of things. I have a big diagram of documents. I've been writing everything down. I have folders that I'm going to be putting everything here. So I'm marching on and starting to run toward the future. And I know what I need to do, and I'm going to do it. But that's what I'm saying. You always have to have a plan. And I've done the analysis. Like, I have a spreadsheet that I've managed now on my own creation since 2011. And basically each tab is a new year. And I know exactly how much money down to the penny I have at one time for all my investments. I have a spreadsheet. It gets all the data, and I can collect it and analyze it and know. And I can forecast where I will be. And that is where the first alarms happened at the beginning of this year, is when I knew I was in a trough where I was just basically getting the money in and then paying it all out. I wasn't losing money, but I was basically spending it all on medical. And I said, my God, I have a job. It's 6 figures. And I'm stuck in this rut of just like instantaneously. It's like the money arrives in my account and then it's gone right away. When shit, well, that escalated quickly because I'm in that trough right now. So I'm actually going to just start to publish all these things and put out the work and find new clients, because I need a job so I can go to the doctor and get medical care that I can pay with a job that I have. Yet I need to get another job to pay for the medical bills. So I need to put this stuff out. It's just a vicious cycle. It's crazy. But that's where I stand. But that's why I'm saying, when you're done to do this, I have to plan it all out. So my plan of action again is, I have all the documentation. I have written articles. I have an article. I'll show it to you right now. I should actually put it in the chat. Hold on. Let me go. Before I do that, let me read the chat here, because I got things going and I'm seeing a lot of stuff going around. I can't get the stuff going here. I can't read shit today. Sorry, guys. Oh my gosh. Sorry, I'm going through the chats. There's a lot of things here. I'm just trying to find it. Oh, hello there. Did not see you, sir. Oh, what's going on here? Okay. Oh, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Mr. Phoenix. Who else is here? Yes, sir. I will take care. Grim, you take care of yourself, my sir. Have a good time. Sweet. Okay, we got here retarded use is a medical term. Yeah, sorry, no. German Fonto, yeah, I know. I know that's the whole idea. That's why I put it. That's why I use it. Jesus. Hopefully, what? Hopefully, hope always. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Hope always lives. Yes, that's true. Sorry. Again, I can't read right now because I'm retarded. Just kidding. No, I'm not retarded. Playing. Oh, that's sad. Yeah, I know. I know how that is. Yep, that's true. That's the point. The point is, it's like the collateral damage, the pain that we can see of humanity, and I see it every day, and it's painful. It's very painful, my friends. It is. It's not a good thing. But when you have a plan like I'm doing right now, because my plan is the following. I actually should just show you to you. So what I'm doing here, I've decided that my thought process is the following. We live in a world, I'll just say we are still in the beginning when you think about it, because this is the whole point. The cliche, the Spider-Man quote, of course, the quote of all quotes, with great power comes great responsibility, is very true. But what also we don't understand is that power is unfeeling, unyielding. It means nothing. Going back to what I said before, the butterfly effect. Your good intentions can cause harm. Be aware you're doing it. It's not that you can't do it, just you have to be aware, because you do not cause offense. People get offended by what they only feel in themselves. Again, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. Remember that over and over again. It's an older saying and it has to be brought back because it's being lacked. That's not being talked about anymore. It's not correct. So, in regards to what I'm trying to accomplish, the mission statement is about power, good and bad, and to be good. I want to help navigate those tools that are destructive. In 1953, we cracked the atom and cracked the hydrogen bomb. Think about that. But we were already using nuclear energy for good, for medical advances. Yet we do it for destruction as well. And like it or not, the fact that we haven't built nuclear power plants around the world to provide clean energy is a complete and utter joke, a disappointment. We have the technology to do it. We have to implement it. But again, it goes to one thing: control. And if you control the means and control the theater, the rat race, the rats scurrying around, and just let them fight like a modern day Squid Game or an ancient Christians with the lions, throwing them at the Romans. It's all the same bread and circuses. It's all the part of the show. Everything's part of the show. So to my end, I want to bring back civility and understanding and comprehension of what we need to do as a society from the individual level. It's not a top-down approach. That is wrong. That's where we are. That is exactly why we are inverted. If I have an issue or problem, I take care of it. I do it. I follow my path through life and make it happen. I don't affect anybody else and what they have to say. Unless I have to come across them. But then if it does mean anything or change anything, I will address them. I will just have a discussion with them. And it's not happening now. We're not having discussions. We're having edicts upon high. It's just like I said before. We are being labeled the villain. And I want to change it so that that cannot be possible. Because the same power of the atom that created nuclear weapons and created vast technology advances that are now being perverted. We now have emerging technologies that are doing things like artificial intelligence. But you have to remember this whole artificial intelligence thing, it's not sentience, it's programming. And that goes to the whole lot of it. You know, to understand what you need to do. And then that is it's a process of deprogramming. Ever since I was born in 1968, I had a love affair with television and movies and entertainment. The first show I watched was Sesame Street. The first big show that I loved was Star Trek. And that the antithesis there is tough learning, exploring, and space exploration for both of those shows. To learn to communicate, to express yourself, to grow, and to be inquisitive. That's part of the whole plan. And I appreciated that. It was important to me to learn, to do things, to make things happen. And that's what I want to do in my life, to continuing that today. Because that's the one thing I'll tell you, everybody out there. Never stop learning. That's at the core you should do. Never do. Because that's what I'm doing. Every single time, like perfect example. I work in computers. We're always constantly updating, new updates, new software, new advancements, trying to get things done. I have a computer right for I've built this weekend, Friday, Saturday, I built one. I opened up, reconfigured, reinstalled a brand new operating system on this laptop. It's right, it's brand new. And I did that not just with one, not with two, but with 4 computers this weekend. And the one I had before, I'm changing it around and giving it different operating system too. I'm diving into different things. Because again, I'm also branching out for other businesses. It's the other thing that we have to do. Deprogram and collaborate with people that we trust. an up-and-coming movie producer or creator, writer, videographer, storyteller, whoever it may be, how would you think if you were offered $100,000 for a story for Disney? Would you take it? Probably would, but would you sell your soul to the devil? Again, deprogramming. I want to see film festivals. I may even start one. I'm putting it on my list. How I would love to have a little movie festival. All of everybody in the fellowship out there who does videos. Let's have a little film festival. Do it around October timeframe. We can have it with the meetup, a competition, and people who win prizes and stuff, or get noticed. That's the whole point of the South by Southwest, Sundance. Why not us? Also another idea that I had is cross promotion. The idea that we should all do little shorts, little videos that we can share amongst ourselves. And they could be segues of commercials. If you like this show, then check out my friend, so-and-so. Because that way we can promote and build the audience. Because the intention, and from my perspective, if I'm looking at a very high level, is you want to have a group of people, time zone sensitive, to figure it out, so that every single time the audience knows that at this time it's this person, at this time it's this person, and it continues on. And you have it up, set it up that you can, in the code, if they go to this video, then automatically go to the next video, and it'll happen. I've seen people do that, and we should start doing that now. And that leads to the whole idea that we should have a primer for YouTubers in the fellowship. What's the best mic? What's the most affordable? What is the best setup? What about lighting? What do you talk about? What's the best way to have a script done? All these little things. Because you can watch your favorite YouTuber, but if you sat down and had a conversation, a master class to help out, it would help out. And again, I say this because I see and I feel the suffering of people who are YouTubers that are having problems getting their word out there. And I just know what needs to be done, but I don't do it because for me, this is all about a cathartic release of letting you all know what's going on in my life. And for all I really want you all to do is hold me accountable. If I say I'm going to do something, then I don't do it. I want you to let me know. Sorry, just got a little gas there. Because, again, I'm filled with gas and liquid and all that stuff. That's crazy. I just need to get a drain. Oh, fuck. Oh. Sorry, guys. But that's the whole point. The whole point is we have to break free of the programming and know that we need to be deprogrammed. That deprogramming can happen in many ways. The first way that I have done it, I stopped watching television. I cut lots of subscriptions. Disney's gone. I'm done. The other ones are almost out the door. Yeah, don't get me wrong. I did purchase a Paramount Plus membership. And that membership I did see Picard, season 3. Did not watch in season 2 or 2. And I want to know more. I want to see. Because I, like everybody else out there, wants hope for a better tomorrow. We all want to be hopeful. We all want what we love. But better yet, we all want what we love to be curated and fostered and cared for. Because when you do think about it, that's what curation and stewardship, taking care of something, gatekeeping in a way. It's a trigger word for anybody. is important in that regard, where if you purchase, if you're a toy collector and you purchase your toys and put them up on a wall or cabinet or wherever, curio, that's important to you. It's precious to you, and you take care of it. The people who are in charge right now, the IPs, don't take care of it. It's the exact opposite. It's negligent, to tell you the truth. I actually think there's a legal case. Shouldn't there be a legal case for neglect of a patent if you're not even using it correctly? It's like if you basically did I'm just saying, to me, it makes sense. I don't know why no one's doing this. If the patented design of a character is a certain way and you change it for the message and diversity, it's no longer that character. Then you relinquish the IP, you would think. Wouldn't you? I think that's fair. It's essentially abandonment. It is abandonment of a property when you think about it. And if IPs are properties and there is no care taken, and that is the rub. That's why I want to have the conversation with people. It makes a lot of sense, in the sense that the case in point, I'll just give the example. Environmentalism. I prefer conservation. For me, the best analogy is your home. If you're an environmentalist, you don't touch anything outside. You don't mow the lawn. You don't take care of it. Let nature take its course, and you can't dig anything up because you're going to affect this a potential life of an amoeba and stuff like that, or of this endangered whatever. Can't touch that. And then you go to their house, and it's a complete shit show. Versus the person who takes care, monitors, feeds, fosters plants, puts the right plants in the right order in their yard, and looks pristine. That's what we should be doing. If these people are so hell-bent on living clean and whatever, then stick them in Montana and say, good luck. You go. You have plenty of clean land and all that stuff. Clean environment here. Good luck. You're done. But no. They're screaming and yelling about something else. I have no idea. And then that goes to the crux of the first. You think? Or like, you don't say. That's fine. You don't say. Maybe if someone does this already. I should do this right quick. Deprogram. Let me do that. Let me do a little segue here. You don't say. Should I do that? It's funny. And I can just. Someone's probably done it for. I don't know. Fuck. I don't care. The keyboard's loud. I like the keyboard. It's a good keyboard. You don't say. This is going to be fun. So here is the first in many you don't says. And it's based upon I'm trying to form a logical argument here. Okay. I am not an environmentalist. I'm a conservationist. I did not believe the necessity for masks. It was dumb. Others disagreed. So I never wore a mask unless I was told to. And in that case, I bought a cloth mask, doubled it up, and put it on my head during flights and stuff like that because I had to fly. Still have them. So that's me. A free-thinking, unvaccinated from this insanity. I'm not anti-vax. I love vaccines. They're the greatest technology advance that we've had in our lifetimes as a whole. It saved so many lives. But I'm just a guy who, didn't buy masks, whatever. So, I'm just living my life, and just it was an inconvenience, but I didn't, throw them away. My God, people, why are there so many masks in landfills? Why are there so many masks laying all over the place in your cities? Why are you still wearing them? You don't care about the environment, because that's the logical argument there. If I and people like me didn't wear masks and you did, who caused all of the pollution? Huh? You don't say. Huh? What? Who did it? Funny, eh? Come on, guys. Come on. Come on, man. Shit. It's easy. It's easy pie, man. So I'll go back to now I'm going to go back. And hopefully it's right. Deprogramming. Now, also according to the environment, I've been throwing this thing. This is important. Also, this is close to my heart. So much about fossil fuels, which is a lie. They're not fossil fuels; they're natural. Did you know if we didn't have oil rigs drilling up the oil, it would just seep out into the ocean? It's true. Let's call it the largest cleanup operation. And cleaning up, we can use it for energy. Case solved. But no, we don't do that because we're idiots. It's stupid. It's dumb. But think about this. East Palestine, Ohio, that is a national disgrace. That is a shame that these people are suffering. And they say it's okay. That's a shameful thing. It's a painful thing to hear and see. To see what they're going through right now. And to have the reporters not being addressed to do what they need to do. And the possibility that I might be censored for saying anything about it is also a terrifying moment in this history of America. To have people removed, famously, 1963, and famously moved again, 1974. Yes, that was a removal by inside forces. And all the countless bodies that are being piled up of very unusual and very creative ways of self-deletion, which go and pale beyond comparison of like the astronomical. Forget magic bullets. You've got like impossible bullets. I don't know. It's very, very odd, my friends. But again, the deprogramming that has to occur starts at home, starts with you, starts with the individual. I do it every day. I usually wake up, get ready, and then start my day affirming emotion. What good will I do today? Benjamin Franklin, that scoundrel, that rogue, my friend. Anyway, he believed that. What good will I do today? Write it down. Write down what your intentions are every day. You have to have a plan. You gotta have a plan. Men need to step up and have a plan. And men's health issues need to be addressed immediately. Too many men are in pain right now, and it's not good. And too many real-based motherfucking women are in pain right now and suffering. Sad. I don't like it. But as I stated, The deprogramming begins with you. I began my deprogramming by saying the following. And again, you tell me, I have no authority. I don't, all I'm saying here is I'm trying to do it what works for me. If it works for you, good for you. If it doesn't, then I'm sorry. But I'm doing this for me, but it makes sense, and that's why I'm sharing it. I basically say that from this day forward, I'm not going to be bitching and moaning about anything. I'm going to take responsibility. If something gets in my way, I'm going to address it with a person on a personal level. I am not going to say, you did this to me. No, because it's not true. You didn't. Words don't hurt people. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. I was a kid when I heard that, and I understood it. And now you have grown adults that don't understand it. Clown world. So, the point being, I'm telling you now that I've come to the realization that I'm taking responsibility completely. I am fat. I've been fat my entire life, and there's nothing wrong with saying that. I'm not hating myself. It's not hate. It's not a word of hate. It's fat. Fat is good for you. Whole fat, cream fat is good for your body. You need fat. I have an excess of it, so I need to expel it. And that's fine. I'm going to do that. How am I going to do that? I'm going to do it through good eating, diet, and I'm going to tell you all about it. And I'm going to tell you my failures. I'm going to tell you my successes. I'm going to tell you when I do something stupid and when I do something amazing. Because it's life. Life is ups and downs. And remember, I'll say it here and I'll say it again, my friends. I'm saying it to you. I have a little attack right now. It's happening right now. What am I feeling? I can't see. Again, this condition is really bad. I have myasthenia gravis. It's what and nerve can. It's a nerve damage. My body is attacking my nerves, and I used the cannabis. I took some earlier today, and it just basically helps my body relax. But sometimes the pain takes over. It is right now. It really hurts. It's extremely distracting. I'm fine. I just let it go. And that's why I'm saying, that's why I'm expeditiously moving as fast as I can to get my word out. Because again, it's the cycle here. Think about it. I'm trying to put my videos out here. I'm trying to get the work out, my poetry and my music, everything I've written and articles and stuff, because I want to just pay my medical bills and get rid of this gut thing that's here, this tumor I have. Pay for it. I want to donate my skin to science fiction. No, sorry. I want to donate my skin to burn victims and just give it to them. It'll cover 2 people. Rib shot? No rib shot. Okay, great. No rib shot today. But that's what I'll be doing. See, there's a pain right there. That's what. Oh my God, the muscles. I'm good. Free Britney Venti. Free Britney Venti. Birth for Venti. Just kidding. Never mind. Yes, I had to say that because YOLO. I regret nothing, my friends. I regret nothing. So, like I was saying, the deprogramming begins at home with you. What are you going to do in your life to make a difference? What are you going to take responsibility for in your life? That is now, think about it. If you have an issue, you need to address it. Now, if you start your issue with the following, they or he or she or what, them or no. I take responsibility. Now, there are exceptions. Okay, there are exceptions out there. If someone's in an abusive relationship in a very a particular place, invalid, whatever, I get it. But the vast majority of people are right where they are due to their own circumstance. That's the truth. And changing who you are is part of life, but drastically changing it immediately can lead to a lot of problems. I have lost weight twice in a good amount. The first time was 1994, second time was 2004. I was on the cusp of making a breakthrough and did lose quite a bit of weight in 2009, but I came to an impasse because my dear friend got very ill, and that changed my course because I did not expect to feel that much pain from somebody being sick. And it hurt. Because it's life, my friends. Life is like that. But when you deprogram yourself, you have to take responsibility. And then you have to take accountability of what you have and what's important to you. And it all starts with you and those in your inner circle. Your mother, your father, if you still have them, your brothers and sisters, you still have them or not. And then you branch it off to your home, your neighborhood, your community, city, state. It works from the bottom up. But again, outside of the fact that you need to have something accomplished, when you address your address of grievances to somebody, what are you complaining about? Or I should say, in a very callous way, I didn't mean it, again, take no offense, but I have to say it. That sounds like a you problem, because it's true. Most problems in life are singular in nature. They're from the person having the issue and problem or experiencing the distress. It is not for the person who can be perceptively seen to do it. It isn't them. Everything's internalized. You have to realize that your entire existence and your entire perception of the universe is all in your head. I realized that, and it was an awakening. I'm talking to you right now, but you're listening to me talk to you. So you're listening to me talk to you. That's all that's happening. Am I really talking? You don't know because you're witnessing it from your perspective. You think that I'm talking, but am I really talking? Or are you hearing something that is inside your head playing? You don't know. You can't know. And that's in the pondering, the paradox. But I take it a different way. I take it a more optimistic way, in a more way that makes me accountable in that aspect, leading to the further step in the deprogramming. The tree of the humanity is very deep and very diverse in a good way. I love cultures. I love to eat the food of cultures, experience the cultures, talk to the people of cultures. And I'll tell you this right now. There are a lot of good people in the Ukraine. There are a lot of good people in Russia. There are a lot of good people in China. There are a lot of good people in Iran. There are a lot of good people in Syria. There are a lot of good people in Afghanistan. There are a lot of good people in Mexico. A lot of good people in Canada. And there are a heck of a lot of good people in the United States of America. I love people. I love the American people. I love the Russian people, the Ukrainian people, the European, everybody. You give your love to the whole in a holistic, good way. That's what you give. Good intent. Now, the governments, however, I am disappointed. I am aghast in their behavior. And that is why I'm also going to help in the process of deprogramming. What I can bring to that is clean technologies that are open and free source, that sponsor freedom. They're not sponsored, but I have purchased products from 2 companies that are privacy based and open source based, free and open source software, hardware that you can repair and take apart and modify as needed. The 2 companies in question, they're not sponsored and, whatever. System 76, they produce a laptop systems, all Linux. You can do some gaming on it, but not too much. Their mainly focus is in building a new operating system that's based on Rust. And I have a system right here, and I utilize that one. We'll be utilizing it for studying artificial intelligence, machine learning, and how to do coding on this monster here. Yeah, it's a big monster. It's gigantic. I think it's got a 2080 Ti. It's got a AMD 9. It's got 64 gigabytes of RAM in it. Got a 4 terabyte hard drives. So it's a pretty massive beast. It's big. It's a desktop replacement laptop. It's big. It's thick. It's a Chucky boy. Chucky. And this company does sponsor many open software projects that help the individuals become better. And the laptop I'm having right here and I'm on right now is from a company called Purism. Purism is a privacy-focused company, and I'm extremely happy to be working with them because this laptop is amazing. It's very highly secure. We're very, very well made. And the one good thing about both of these laptops that I like is they're both made in the USA. And that again goes to me doing my part. Because again, I don't recycle. I repurpose. When I have a bottle here, I can use this bottle for something else, and I do. And we used to do this at home, where we would put them in sand the walls and do it as reinforcement for homes that need people that had needed homes to do it, putting part of like the earth and homes and all that stuff. You utilize these simple things. They can be used and reused. They're meant to be recycled and repurposed down the line. And that's what we need to do. We have to become what we are. Humanity's purpose is stewardship. Just like the king, just like in Lord of the Rings, the steward of Gondor, the one who sat in the throne but wasn't the king. That is the antithesis of what we need to do as humans. We are stewards of the land. We foster it. We take care of it. We take care of the animals. We utilize them for our needs and our goods. And we should not hurt another soul. And if we do, we deal with it at that time. But we're stewards because we are waiting for the king. And then this analogy, the king is the next generation. And when the next generation comes in, they're the stewards. And they wait for the next generation. It's always about hoping for a better tomorrow. When the promise of having no ruler is important, when laws are intrinsically natural. Going back to my analogy I said before, natural law, the laws of physics, the laws of nature. You go into a bear den, you will get eaten by the bear, and that is on you. It has nothing to do with the bear didn't commit murder. That's natural law. You go out fishing, you catch a fish, natural law. That same fish gets eaten by a bird as you're pulling it out of the water. Natural law. So there are certain things that are innately true, and you have to believe them. That's where it comes down to the next aspect. How do we deprogram? How do we know, or we don't know? How do we know how we're being programmed, how we're being taught, how we're being manipulated? We are. It doesn't, it is the end point is not the AI bots or artificial intelligence. It's not even the beginning. It's the genesis point. But sadly, reprogramming you and convincing you of things that are not true or having you buy things you don't need has been going on since the beginning of time. It's just becoming more sophisticated. And that's what's going on now. So part of the deprogramming is about to decouple yourself from the noise and then to distinguish between what they label as misinformation and what you know is lies to the truth, the reality that's in front of your eyes. That's the thing. You know what's true in your heart. And again, that is a personal truth. Because again, it is a cycle. I tell you, it's a cycle. The cycle of the butterfly effect, the personal butterfly effect is important. Have an awareness of what you're doing and don't affect anything else. And if you do, be aware you're doing it and then make amends immediately. Have the conversation, have the dialogue you want with your fellow man. Because we're not talking anymore. And that's the next aspect of deprogramming. Turn off the TV and talk. Very simple process. Why aren't people talking to each other anymore? Because we've been programmed not to talk, to not have conversation, to have the audacity to say that violence is words, is wrong. It's not. Words do not kill. Apathy does. Don't be apathetic. Believe in a brighter tomorrow. You can do it if you believe. Part of that deprogramming also, like I said, I've been helping with these companies because, again, Made in America is very important. And during the pandemic, I did my part to help out small businesses because I wasn't a corporate person. I would get up and have my nice breakfast and go in my office and then, have nice lunches and nice dinners. I can tell you this. Between 2004 and 2018, I ate dinner at restaurants every night. And I drank and partied, not hard, nightly. I had a nice glass of wine or a port or whatever, or better yet, just had a Coke or a ginger ale or a tea or whatever, but I had something every night to have a nice libation. And had nice steaks, chicken, beef and stuff like that. I just had a good time. And I had a Mercedes-Benz and I was fun and happy. So I got sick. Till everything collapsed. And now I don't care about that stuff. But I experienced it. If you feel you need to experience that stuff, go ahead. I'm done there, done that. I can move on, be happy. But I had to have that experience. I had to learn and understand what is more important in my life, material or the physical. The physical of my own existence or the material. There's some nights that I turn off FNT and I can't watch because I'm in pain. There's sometimes that it happens because I was invited to go out to have dinner somewhere. And I go because FNT will be recorded. No one's going to complain that I wasn't there watching. That's the other thing. You don't need to watch me. You can listen to me. You don't have to. The whole point of understanding the personal butterfly effect that we're trying to do with deprogramming as the first major step is to know that you have a choice in anything you do. The people you see, the people you associate with, you have a choice. But it's ironic that their choice, the left, the Democrat, the liberal, the wokeified, their choice is to kill your conversation, your ability to talk, and cancel you, dox you, to silence you. Well, these are the same people that want to silence babies in the womb and want to take them out and rip them out. So essentially, they want to cancel their kids. It's like, my gosh, you created this life. Oh my God, it's inconvenient. This guy is a right. So basically, we can say that every kid of a liberal who they abort, they must have hated that kid. They said, my God, I saw the ultrasound, and my baby in the womb had a mega head on. I had to abort him right away. That's how silly this is? Basically, again, to abort a child is like canceling somebody. They're inconvenient. I don't want to see them anymore. Cancel them. I don't want them. I want them off Twitter. It's a proper equivalent. And then the poor baby coming back from the ghost, coming back. Hey, why'd you cancel me? And they get freaked out. I guess, I don't know. It's all speculation. It's all fun and games. Just saying how it is. The dingo ate my baby. No, you canceled him on. My God, what are they call? Oh, that's it. Babylon B or anybody else there say. In a change of events, we were going to stop saying abortion and call it cancellation. I canceled my baby. My baby, when I pulled out that ultrasound, had a mega head on. My God, or whatever. Or better, or even better yet, more sign. When I saw the ultrasound, my kid was doing the OK symbol, so I had to cancel him. I'm just going. I don't know. It's funny. I think it's funny. It's very dark, but funny. But I have, like I said, I have my notes. Like on my phone, the app I use the most is the Notes app. And that's the one where I do my writing about this whole deprogramming here and trying to figure it out. And again, it all started with a question I had to ask myself. What is the answer to all those problems? How do we resolve it? And the first word that came to my mind was forgiveness. We have to forgive. We have to forget. And that is where I was recruited to help out, do as much as I can to help humanity. And I say recruited in the sense that compelled or whatever, because I feel compelled to do something. Because again, there's too many coincidences. It's too many coincidences. If something pops up and I can do it, it's a whole adage. If you can do something, do it. Make a difference. And I do. Because I don't want anybody hurt. And I made a realization too, more about me and deprogramming in the sense of the beginning aspect of my life. It's the following. I realize now that the one thing, there are two things that trigger me in the sense that I'm saying it now, but make me upset. But they really are one the same when you think about it. The flippant way of me saying it, I hate retarded people. I hate dumbasses that don't know shit. That's what I hate. And I hate it because it makes me mad. And I don't really want to kill anybody. I just like, are you serious? Why are you doing this? This makes no sense, please. It breaks my brain and hurts my brain. And it's insane. So the point being I'm bringing up for this whole conversation is the deprogramming starts with the individual. And all the individual needs to do is just basically come to that realization that they're responsible for their own life. I'm responsible for my life. And if I need to use a medication, I will use it. But more likely, I won't be using the medication because I don't trust what's being given to me. And that is solely on the fault of the mainstream multimedia, the military industrial complex mainstream. Jesus. So I said it all backwards. I was trying to get two things together and I got in my head. It was all messed up. And I'm about to fall asleep probably because I've been up for quite a bit writing this stuff down. And, and so that's what I'm really doing. The number of streams that I'll be doing will be dropping because I come to the realization that I need to find a place to live that's going to be more conducive to my growth. I'll be putting my stuff in here, having the car, setting it up, but I'm going to look for something probably next year or earlier. I'm trying to find it as soon as I can, but I'm looking for something that's going to be, again, peace, quiet, relaxed, tranquil, no problems. I'm just done. I just want any more pain. So again, I say it again. I've seen so much pain, so much suffering around, and it hurts. It's pain. It's physically painful. It makes me sick. Because again, I grew up loving life, being happy. The one thing, like I said, I'm going back to what triggered me. Two things triggered. Sadness triggers me. Crying triggers me. That's the same thing, I think. And fighting. People arguing. Or, again, is it the same thing? Again, disharmony, I guess. Disharmony is what brings me mad or makes me sad or whatever. But I never got mad because again, there was nothing to be really mad about. If someone did something stupid, I just went, oh, God, please, and walk away. Or if no one had a plan, they were again, okay. Again, I'm a manager. I manage stuff. I see patterns and I analyze, put things together. So I don't know what's going on. That people don't realize that they don't see what I see. And it hurts. So the first thing being, just the fact that, people are not seeing what's around them and all the problems that are being dealt with. It's just a pain. It just hurts my heart. And a lot of people at work were crying and not feeling well. They let the psychosis swoon over them and cover them because they wanted to feel protected. And they gave their trust into the wrong hands. Again, I love the people of the world. The governments are acting in the way. They need to address, be held accountable for what they've done in a legal manner. The People's House, the Congress, is a Congress of people. They should be debating on the Senate floor. They used to do this. I remember seeing it. I would go hear debates. I love that stuff. And now they don't debate. It's just policy points and talking points. And going back to what I'd said before with the environmentalism thing, and again, Ohio's the disaster zone and they don't care. There's no Greta, there's no one clamoring and complaining about it. It's just, in fact, it's the opposite. People are actually saying it's good that Ohio got destroyed or whatever. It's silly. It's sad. It's just very horrific. I don't like it. And my brother lives in Cincinnati area, so that's all we need. have dead kids on our hands again. It's crazy. So, sorry, guys. It's just the pain hurts a lot. But the deprogramming aspect is important. Also, the fact that, again, it all happens from internal. You have to make a decision that you want to change your life for the best. Then when you do that, see, now I'm getting an alert. Oh, gosh, what's the saying? Okay, I'm okay. What happens is, guys, I'll tell you, I have my watch and I have my ring. The ring is a Aura ring. It has sensors on it. So I wear this, and periodically I'll get alerts. And all I wanted to do was say, oh my gosh, did the heart do something silly? And it didn't. It's fine. But it was the health app that did it. But they said, hey, your goals for today are X. I go, okay, fine. I don't care right now. Just shut up. Just shut up, Marvel. Anyway, so the deprogramming that we're dealing with right now is critical. Each individual has to take responsibility. It's as simple as the following. I forgive myself for everything I've done. I have to take it accountable and address the people in my life who I've hurt, and the people that I want to improve my relationship with. I need to reach out to them. I am taking the responsibility. And it's the same thing we have to do. If somebody has done you wrong, and they have no intention of getting back with you or talk with you or whatever, but you need to address the end. And that's what I'm doing myself. I'm purging myself of things I own, and the things I really need, I'm keeping, but things I don't need, I'm living away, giving, selling away, figuring it all out. The bottom line here is, gosh, I'm tired. I'm going to be wrapping up pretty soon. I'm just like getting very tired in a little bit. It's the condition, guys. It happens. It drains me a lot. But I wanted to just tell you what I was doing. My whole plan here. I'll just talk to you about it right now. I'm just saying the deprogramming is important. Everything in this video is important because everything in this video is a precursor, a jumping point to that conversation. And I'll just tell you right now, I'll give you the closing for today of what I'm going to do. And I'll just explain to you why. Let's do it today. Let me see. Let me do this. Let me edit. Okay, I'll do this. Closing for today, just the closing aspect of today. I'll wrap it up right here, and just to give you this starting off point. In 2021, after I got ill, I was in the bed in the hospital, and I had my iPad with me. It was funny that when I went to the doctor, I didn't know how long I would stay there. So I did bring my computer and iPad with me, along with the charger and all that stuff, just in case. Good thing I did, because once they got me in and looked at my vitals, they said, my God, you're sick. Stay here. You're not leaving. Not to say that that's the reason why I'm not going now, but I did call for an appointment and just not go to the emergency room, whatever. But I am in the process of taking responsibility and making differences, because I want to remove the ambiguity of life. Because here's what's going on, in my opinion. We have a lot of laws out there that are confusing and are getting in the way of people doing things. These laws are being written not by lawmakers, but by the lobbyists. And I want to do an assessment of those laws. That's why this computer's here, this AI computer, this deep learning computer. Because right now it can be done. And I don't know why no one's doing it. So I guess I got to start this. One of the projects I want to have funded is a project that I want to legally show how we can remove all of the dumb, inconsistent, stupid laws and still keep our union intact. There are just some laws that are just dumb. Laws that don't serve the greater good interest at a personal level of freedom. We have to have the freedom of the individual is so important. But what I want to do is then take the AI machine that will go and analyze law to analyze and create a branch of mathematics and statistics that can help humanity, because we can do that. Because right now, like I said, power is power, and we're running really dangerously into AI too fast. We don't know what they're programming the bots to do and the AI to do. Facebook, Google, Microsoft, it's all proprietary code. I am going to learn to code, relearn, and going to expose the algorithms and at least introduce others that have potential to be good. Because think about it. Here is the bottom line of my first large technology project that goes along with my technology skills. I would love to have available a place where people can go to get computer code that they know that they can review and has been peer reviewed to be unbiased. Because that's what's happening now. The proprietary algorithms that Facebook uses, that Apple uses, that Google uses, that Amazon uses are proprietary and slanted in a negative way. Look at your stream. Look at you pull up your homepage. All you see is crap articles, garbage. All it is this toxic that burns your eyes, burns your eyes out, burns your soul, and kills your heart, basically. It's just dumb. And you need to find out what you need to do in your life to make it better. If something turns you off, don't like it, then just stop doing it. Walk away from it. Find something fun. Listen to some music you've never listened to. Read a book you've never read. And then, but the most important thing I want you to do is call an old friend of yours that you haven't seen in a while and genuinely say, how you been? When you go to this grocery store and you see a girl or a woman who's dressed up pretty nicely, probably a little off work, just getting a little to eat, compliment her on her hair, compliment her on her look. Spread love and spread happiness out of a goodness. Don't force it. Forced sincerity can be seen a mile away. Be genuine. Genuinely be a ambassador of love, an ambassador of doing good, being a true chain in the link of humanity. I love Chinese food. I love Mexican food. I love American food. I love Italian food. I love the Italian culture. I've been to many things in Mexico, Canada, all over. I've traveled United States, 44 or 50 states, I believe. Yeah. And I've been to the Philippines. I've been to Japan. I've been to Tokyo. It's just very, very different. And we're not aware of this. We're only aware of our own existence. We have to explore. We have to adventure. We have to go out to the world. And you can do it. Make a plan and make it happen. And to that effect, I want And again, here's where I've come to the realization too. I'm coming on the 2-year anniversary of me having my attack. 2 more months. April 26th would be the 2-year. And I know now that I may need to walk away not in a direct way, but I'm going to be needing to spend a lot more time trying to build up what I need. I may fail. But I'm going to try. But if that's the case and I'm successful, then you may not see more of me. I may have to be on the internet less. Who knows? I don't know yet. Maybe I have no idea what's going on. I just know that I'm driven to make a difference, to help out what I can, and spread the message for everyone else to do likewise. Make a difference. Help your mom, help your dad, help your neighbor, help your kid, help a kid. Help a YouTuber, help whatever, help me out. Oh, just kidding. I'm playing. I'm serious. No, I'm not. I'm just kidding. I'm serious right now. See, I'm having a little conversation here. He's lost his mind. Anyway, but that's the whole idea here. And living in different countries is so different. It's a vastly, what's the right word? Surreal. Surreal is the right word. Because you're in a country that looks like your country, but it's not your country, and it looks so weird in a way. It looks off a bit, but again, that's the whole idea. We have the pre-programming aspect in our lives, so we're losing our ability to see those markers because right now, here is the progression of AI. I'll tell you, and this artificial intelligence. Remember the CAPTCHA? Where they would have the letters, you have to type them in. Fine. You taught the AI to recognize that. Then it moved to shapes, moving the screen. Then on top of that, it was like, hey, baby's booty. Let's get him on the screen. Let's do this. It's a fun gag with the kid. But what's happening now is we're being distracted by things we should be doing. And not jumping in and doing the things we need to accomplish in our own world, and that's what's sad. And I'm trying to make a difference. That's what I'm going to be doing. I want to make a difference, help out, make things different for people, and bring them all together. See, we can do a common goal to make things different and to make them better. And it all begins with one person saying, you know what? I just want to live in peace and be happy, and you're running up my back. You're again, literally doing his yard, urinating, whatever. It's just crazy. I'm just going, this makes no sense. This show makes no sense, whatever. But that's life. Life is a amazing journey. We are on this journey together. So I'm falling asleep, guys. So I'm going to let you all go. But I want to tell you one last thing. I will continue to do these video segments, hopefully periodically. But I will be also doing a fast. I need to get my body back into shape. And a lot of the doctors I've talked to of late have basically said, yes, you should do it. But I want to try and do longer as opposed to shorter, get a lot more water, a lot more people in there to help out. Because in the end, I want to walk out knowing that I did all my best in my life to complete and make my life better for everybody else. To be a steward to the land, a steward to my people, my friends. And in the end, there's one thing that I know that I need to do. As of right now, I did the assessment. I'll leave you with it, but it's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. If things happen the way they look to be happening, my time on YouTube will be more limited. I will still try to do it again, but it's be more limited to the fact I have a lot of work to do. It's getting a lot of traction, and I did devote a lot of time there, and it's going to be very difficult during the day to do it. I don't know what's going on either. I can't even talk. Again, this is myasthenia gravis. I don't know. It is what it is. Let me say hello to the chat if anybody's here. No one else is here. Let me see. What? What is going on here? What? I'm confused. Oh my gosh. Somebody special. Ashley Lynn. Yeah, very special lady. Very special lady. I should talk to you. I got to talk to you. Anyway, yeah, that's someone. Ashley is a very unique and special individual. I mean, beyond. I don't know. Something happened. Nothing happened. Anyway, so guys, let me do this. Let me close out by saying one thing. I'm here to help everybody succeed, and I only want one thing. Send me your women. Just kidding. No, I'm serious. No, I'll put it out there. My intention is I do really think I should be getting married again. I feel that the compulsion to do so, just because I feel 17 again. Yes, it's true. Yes, I don't need Viagra. Viagra needs me. It's true. Anyway, that's the whole point. It is, and I'm serious. I do. I really do want to put myself out there again. And maybe I can do a video. I can say, "Hello, ladies. Do you like a man who makes over six figures?" Currently, right now, he's not feeling very well, but he's good with kids and likes to take care of ladies in many ways, but one that you like. All you need to do is contact him, and he could be yours for the price of nothing. Think about it. He'll probably give you a large insurance policy. So when he bumps off, you have everything. Call now for more. I don't know. I don't care. I don't care because again, it's true. I want to have fun. I want to laugh again. I want to laugh. I want to do stupid shit. I want to have fun. I want to eat and drink to the end of the night. But I want to live in a peaceful existence, a peaceful coexistence. Everybody, because as I leave you now, I say one thing: we're all in this together. Each individual standing here right now or sitting is a good person at heart. The intentions they have are good. If they are not good, then I hope we can let light and love into their hearts, because that's all we can do. Fighting over things is pointless now. We need to unite under love, under happiness. It's so simple now that the people that were on the stream before that left is when I was watching were the ones that had the biggest problems, and they kept on going. So that's usually what happens. It just, people live inside people's heads. They just occupy the space and keep going on there and just won't let go. You have to let go. You have to move on. And I've done that. So that's my realization that I'm escalating my move because I need to, because I am not feeling that well. Two things I realized when I did my assessment real late is that I need to get out of the trough, and I can't because I'm being pushed back in every single time I jump and try and get back into out this open sea. And the fact that, this condition needs to be addressed, and the way to address it, I need to get more funds, more money, because they already fucked me over when they took out $4,800. Now I have nothing, and need the money so I can pay for a medical bill so I can find out how I am, which is kind of hilarious. That's the circular argument. We're just self-aware completely and utterly silly. Just tired. Anyway, guys, I'm just falling asleep. Maybe I'm rambling. I don't know. If I fell asleep, then I'm okay. But in the end, I'm going to do my part to help you all. And if you all know of anybody out there who's interested, I want to have conversation with people, especially ladies, because again, I do. I'm not an idiot. I love to be loved and be in love and do things and have happy times. That's the thing I miss the most out of everything. And I know that when I turn off the computer and turn it off, I'm going to go to a bed by myself, which again is my responsibility. I didn't kill her. If you're saying anything, no. I'm just saying my wife passed away and, I lost a lot. I lost a lot. But I can say that what the outcome of that was going to be is the following. Unfortunately, there's a very high likelihood that my time on YouTube will become limited unless I find somebody to help me. Because right now, I need to start working on my books and get them published and get papers and articles out there because I need the funds to go to the hospital. And that's kind of the funny thing. The hospital has a story to tell. You go to medical school and become a doctor, and then now you write your stories about you in this hospital story. It's just like a little, Sherlock Holmes type of thing in a way. But that's all I think. I'm connected to these stories. They're important to me physically. They're important because of what they mean. And we have to have that tradition back, and it's lost upon these people we have there. The people what about you people? We have involved now. But I will say more, but I may pull back a bit on YouTube because I need to spend more time with my books. I have a lot to transcribe still. I have gone through, like, in the last 2 days, 84 notes I wrote, and I've got rid of them, threw them away because I have new copies of them. And I want to edit those and then get that published. So imagine that. That's my whole thing. I would love to figure out a way to do the documentary the proper way and then see what happens, whatever. But anyway, guys, it's now almost at hour 3. My gosh. Okay. Well, let's do that. Let's do the wrap up here. We're wrapping it up. Closing for today. So my final thoughts for today, as I say, the live testimony of Reuben Christopher Haynes. I'm basically going to tell you what I see wrong and why I want to fix it. And I want to fix it because I want to bring love, harmony back into the world. But most importantly, I want to bring back discriminating tastes. Yes, that's one of the monikers that I loved about me. I'm not picky. I have discriminating tastes. That's one thing I want to know. I want to basically experience these things, make them happen, and see so many more different things. Because now I need to concentrate on my book and my papers that YouTube will take second fiddle, unfortunately, but it has to because I need to finish it and do some work, get my stuff in here, and then be happy at that moment. Boom, I'm done. Get everything done, get it accomplished. So I'll also be doing a fast, and more than likely, I'm going to do a really long fast, longer than you'd ever know. And to try and, restart my body and make it feel more balanced and healed up. But it takes time. But anyway, my friends, I will let you all go. Thank you again from my heart. I wanted to thank the following people. Let me go ahead and go through this list here one last time because this is important. Murder Horton, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you, my friend. Thank you so much. It means a lot to me that you were here today. And we also have Jake Faust from Jake Faust 540 Studios. 540 Studios. There are good people there. They're going to be doing more content. They talk about pop culture. It's a really good show. I really liked it. It's a really good thing. talk about Grin. He was here. Thank you, Grin, for all you're doing. I really appreciate you, my friend. And then I'm going down the list. Who else did we have? Oh, where I saw it. I saw him. Holocron, Flyberry Fox, my friend. Yes, he's there. Yes. Let's scroll down some more. And I can't see. Why can't I see? Oh my gosh, it's hard. Anyway, guys, I will let you go. Thank you very much. Have a blessed evening. I'm going to play you out with some of my music that I did from a dance routine because it was funny. I like fun. Fun is good. Fun and happiness is good. So we will talk to you soon. Good night. I'll play this out for you. Have a wonderful evening. Let me turn off the thing. There's the air, the gas. You got the air, gas, air, whatever. Anyway, we go to put this here, put it here, and then let me research this thing here. Hold on. Banner. There, I'm ready. I think I'm ready. Are you ready? Are you ready, sir? I think I am. So, from all of us to all of you, have a wonderful evening, good night, and a pleasant tomorrow. Hit it.
Yeah, good.